I'm playing Steelworks 1 from the Steelworks scenario group, Lunken Publishing. This is a night scenario. It's a very small scenario. I've already shown you the card, but there's only about 5 German squads on here. Where I've got some hip stuff. This is how I play solo. Mark it on the board with some kind of crayon. The wire here will not set up concealed due to an SSR. Normally it would be also concealed. All right, so we've got the 2 pillboxes this way, mines on this side, random mines in this area. The whole idea is to protect all hexes, or at least have somebody in good order within 2 hexes of this main crossroad hex. The scenario attacker, the British, are coming in from this side. I did a random roll to decide. This is what I have to do solitary. You can't know a little bit too much about the enemy position, so I rolled a 1 or a 2. The British come in more and come on this flank. 3 or 4 in the center, 5 or 6 on this side. Looks like it's a center assault. In some ways makes sense because of the Bangalore torpedoes that they have in some of these cloaking areas. They can punch through the mines. Not the mines, but the wire. Of course, there are mines out there too. The setup has been done. The cloaking display is over here off map. But essentially what I have in the Brits are 2 fire support groups, 2 4.57s with lights, and an 8.1, 2 dismantled medium machine guns, and a 9.1, and some mortars, and then another about 5 or 6 squads and demos that are going to do the main breaching. There's only 5.5 turns. It seems like a long time. But once you become uncloaked, it becomes a lot harder to move. There's going to be star shells and things that are going to be flung out here by both sides. So it should be interesting to see what happens with this. On that note, I just need to check and see if the British little mortars have IR. Can you see this? There it is. It does have IR. From 1942 plus. I guess you can't focus that easily on here. So this is 1944, so they do have IR. That's our situation here. We've got an NVR of 3, so it's pretty good NVR here. Let's get started and see what happens. All right, so we start with the wind change roll. British have deployed in these cloaking counters out here already. So here's the dice tray. Let's see if I can roll it without destroying the map board. Shake up the dice a little bit. And here we go. So a 4 is no wind change, and by the night rules, there's no change in the NVR on the first player turn. Got this lovely blue scenario aid card for night turns, and you'll see there's one section here for NVR. Explains this. This is better than the one that they used to have. It's actually pretty comprehensive. The British can start moving. One advantage you do have solitaire is at least you know kind of where the hip units are, so movement can occur quickly. On the flanks here and here, these are dummy cloaking counters. These are going to be used as scouts, but I'm not going to lead with the scouts. Make it a little too obvious that they're dummies. Let's get started by bringing in some cloaking counters. I'm going to bring these scouts in. Of course, the Germans don't know what's in here. There's a road, so there's no straying chance here. 3.5. 5. Now, at this point in time, that could possibly stray. However, it's only going to stray if it wants to make additional moves, and it's actually done for the turn. Let's go ahead and move cloaking R. Cloaking R, wherever it is. This one has a Bangalore torpedo. Let's get going. So it moves on the map board. 2 becomes subject to possible straying. It's adjacent to a road, though. Continue. 3, 4.5, and 6. The Germans don't have anything to shoot at it there, as we all know. Being omnipotent solitaire player, let's just start moving some things on to speed up the game. Let's go ahead and move these guys up. 2, 3.5, 5. Can't go any further. This guy on the end is dummy. 2, actually see there, it must stray. It must possibly stray. So let's do that. Do the straying roll. Try to come on this side of the camera. Shake them up. 9. Okay, that's a 9. But only the colored die matters for straying. I have to roll a 6 and a subsequent white die of, I believe, 3 or more in order for it to stray, since the British are normal. So nothing really happens at night unless you roll those colored 6s. So they're okay. That's 1.5, 3.5, 5, right? So I can't go any further. All right, these guys will then be able to zip up to there, same place. Zip up to there. Here, 2, 3, 5, 4.5, 6. He's there. 1, 2.5. Let's use the tongs. 3.5, 5. So he's done. And then 1, 3, 5. To there. It's worth pointing out that since these British units are still cloaked, they don't actually have to worry about the movement point that you have to spend when you are in concealment terrain. This plowed up field is of course not concealment terrain, but this is. So it gets a lot harder to move when you're uncloaked. The British want to stay as cloaked as they can for as long as they possibly can. The Germans will try to release some star shells as soon as they can in order to uncloak these guys. It's only in illuminated locations that they'll lose concealment. So that's going to be very important. You know, there are guys that are doing the scouting up here. So imminent, you're going to see that there's this hip 447 over here. Possibly these hip mines will come into play immediately. On this flank, there's a German pillbox here. Anti-tank gun is here. Now these are all technically under no move markers. I didn't put those on there yet, but I should have. And what's going to happen is we'll see eventually that as soon as they can start seeing units, these frozen defenders will be able to move. So let me pause the tape. I'll put some no move markers on everything. Okay, so now you see I put some no move markers on these guys right here. There's really nothing the Germans can now do in the defensive fire phase, so it's advanced phase. Let's go ahead and do that. These guys will be moving up. Click, click. Let's get these guys going. Do I want to keep them stacked? Might as well. And for a penny and for a pound, we got to keep moving up, 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 up. Should just check for overstaffing. This is cloaking H and P. Cloaking H has a squad. Cloaking P has 2 squads. That's a fire group there. So that's a bit of an exposure. Here we got Y and R. Y is a Bangalore torpedo guy. Both of those are Bangalore torpedo guys. Yeah, we're going to want to split those up pretty soon. R, so it's going to be German turn 1. So the Germans, what can they do? The NVR is 3. They don't even have anything that's close enough to see anything yet. Because the Germans can't even see a single thing, they can't even fire a star shell. But there is the possibility of an NVR change. It is not the first player turn anymore. Let's get the German dice out. And here's the German dice doing the wind change roll. And there is no wind change. All right, so there's effectively nothing that happens on this player turn. So we'll just move straight on to the British second player turn. And let's move forward with that. Here's the British dice up the wind change roll. And it's doubles. It doesn't do anything, I don't believe. So, no wind change. Prep fire, none. Movement phase. We need to get these Bangalore torpedoes going. Okay, the Bangalore torpedoes are interesting. They don't actually require engineers to operate. They can operate with any infantry unit. May attempt to breach wire by declaring it as breaching it. Place a BT in the wire minefield location. Cost MF equal to double the COT of the location. Successfully placed, it will then roll on the 16 chart. What this means is I have to have 4 movement points. It's going to cost me double to put it into concealment terrain. That's interesting. Now, as you can see, this is not into concealment terrain. This is not in concealment terrain, nor is this. It might have been a good idea for the Germans to put those wires in concealment terrain to make them harder to quote unquote Bangalore. Let's see, looking at these rules, any at start OB given DC may be exchanged for 2 Bangalores. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this is one of the Lone Canuck rules I really like. I like how innovative he can be. Very creative to come up with these rules. Some of his rules are a little bit too creative, like this Piper's rule. There it is. You should not have done that. Very bad boy, Mr. Lone Canuck. But we have no Pipers to worry about in this match. Let's see who's moving. Now we just want to take a quick look at the situation at hand here. You've got this unit is in strayable territory. This unit is near a road. No straying, no straying. Strayable, not strayable, strayable, strayable. What to do about the straying units? Do you want to move them first and see what happens to them? But I do think I want to send out some scouts first just to see what might happen. So my scouting stack is in H. And it's really hard to read these cloaking markers, but there's a scout right here. 2 half squads in there. It might be worth them staying as a cloaking unit and trying to get over to here. 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 5.5. They can get in there if they can stay cloaked. And they do need to stray. So let's start with them. Let's see what happens to them. Here's a strength roll. Well, they don't need to stray, but they need to roll for it. So here it comes, and nope, they don't stray. Don't know if you can see that, but they rolled a colored 1. So they're going to be zip-diddy-doo-dah. 1.5. 2.5. Okay, now, this can see that. I'm going to declare that there's a real unit there, and in fact, there's an 8-1 there. So we're going to try to roll a star shell. Let's do that. Star shell roll by the Germans. They're allowed to do the star shell as the first star shell attempt when they can see an enemy unit. They will use the placement method. First you roll for usage. Then you can roll 4. Okay, they rolled a 3. So they can place a star shell. So there's 3 different star shell methods that can be used in the hex with the 1 hex drift. Along this LOS to a known enemy unit. This is not a known enemy unit. So the safest thing to do is to place it here, and along with the sniper direction, see which way it goes. So let's do that. I gotta find my German white dice. There you are, you bad boys. Okay. Here we go. Let's see which direction it goes. Direction 3. 1, 2, 3. Not the best drift. That means this guy and all of these guys, anybody in the star shell area, can only see illuminated areas. That means this pillbox. That means these guys. And all of these guys in the star shell range. So actually the Germans did not roll well on that star shell. It did give them some information. So now if I put my I was attempting to move there. I may not want to do that now, given that I would be in an illuminated location. They'll just stop. This 447 could come on hip later and try to do star shells. P is a fire group stack, so we're going to wait to move him later because he might stray, as he's not yet adjacent to an illuminated spot. Let's move this dummy up here, see if he strays. So here they come, dummies. They do not stray on a 3. I'm trying to move that in closer. They're just going to go straight ahead. See what they can find. 1.5. 2.5. I don't think, knowing that I have mines here, I'm not going to try to reveal that yet. This will go in there. Detection works like this for minefields. The minefield guy says, I've got something there. You need to reveal whether that's got a real unit or not temporarily. Since there's not anything that's real in there. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't one of my dummies. Oh, let's see. I is the dummy. L is not. Those guys got reversed. They look so much similar. Let's just flip them around. I think that was just an error on my part. Okay, so. Yeah, I say, no, there's nobody real in there. Take him off the map. But did get a little intelligence that's probably a minefield there. As far as the British are concerned. There's usually no other reason for asking a question like that. So we'll put a suspecting minefield count. Well, I think it's time to go ahead and get these R and Y. There's Y. So Y is going to become a real unit. Now this will be put on the map, but obviously would be concealed. 447 with the torpedo. And he can assault move. I believe he can assault move. Don't think there's any restriction against it, but there's nothing the Germans can do about it. He's going to place that there. He's going to do that from that location. The other Bangalore dude is R. Where are you, R? He's in the same hex. So I guess what he'll do is he'll go 1.5 as a cloaked guy. Then reveal himself. The Bangalore torpedo. There he is. Get rid of that. And he can stay concealed. And 3, throw the Bangalore torpedo there. So far, so good. This guy is planning to, these are some demo guys. So, yeah, they're going to want to here. They're done moving. This is done moving. I'm just going to rotate the concealment marker. Here, okay. P is a kill stack. That might have to stray, so we'll wait on him. This is Z. Z is a dummy. Let me double check something. Okay, so I had mismarked one of the cloaking counters. Thought that Z was X. That means my eyesight's getting bad. That's a kill stack. That's a kill stack. So, I believe the desired location of this kill stack, this looks like a pretty good place. So he'll assault move to there. This is a dummy. Let's do him next. He's got to roll for straying. So far, nobody's been straying, and he doesn't stray either. Now I rolled a doubles, but doubles is jitter fire. Yes, that was a jitter fire roll, but there's been no gun flashes placed yet. So it does not jitter. So he can move. I guess he's just going to move 1, 2. He's got, yeah, I didn't stray, so that's 1.5, 2.5, 4. Just outside the range of that. This is U, that's the last one, and P. U is my mortar stack. I think it's time to split them up. So there's 2 mortar half squats in U. So we replace that. Conceal them. And now for strain, the top mortar's moving by himself. I don't think strain occurs as a stack. No, it's not doing it as a stack. That's why I revealed who they are. So the first mortar, he's going to try to move, and he's okay. So he's going to salt move to here. The next one is going to try to assault move as well, but he's got to straight up jitter fire, but there's no jitter fire possible. So he will assault move to there, right, which leaves this kill stack when you know he'll be the one to straight and run right into some kind of horrible situation. All right, here we go. No, there is no string. You cannot quite see that die. So, where does he want to go? L is a full squad. Yeah, so he'll assault move to here. Okay. I suppose I could have fired a star shell with that guy. But that would have been quite random. Didn't look like he was going to be doing anything. It might have been worth a try to just do a random one, but I didn't do it. It's going to be advancing fire, so let's resolve the Bangalore. Right, so these Bangalores are interesting. If I can get a kill result on the 16 chart, that will result in the removal of the wire. Otherwise, it's just a breach of the wire. Okay, here's our... check this baby out. All right, rat charts, goodbye. Tired of the mistakes on the rat charts. Here we got an MPMP superior product here. My IFT is right in the middle. So that's what I always use. So on the 16 chart to get a KIA, I need a 3. It's not going to be easy to get a KIA, so it's probably just going to be a breach, hopefully. Okay, so we'll resolve this one first. Losing your dice. It's a 7, so that's a normal run check. So that will create a trail break directly across. Well done. Which actually means you need to come from... I didn't know if... Didn't quite play this right. These Bangalore torpedoes create channels. They don't create actual guaranteed removal unless you roll 2 or a 3. Not so hot. Now that's a gun flash that's been placed right there. And here's the next Bangalore torpedo. And a 9 is a normal check. So at least, well, I think it's a 1 check, but it's enough to create the breach. So 1 Bangalore torpedo, 2 Bangalore torpedoes, successfully creating the trail breaks. And there they are. Okay, let's just check those gun flash rules. So yes, a gun flash is created here. Now, that's not going to matter. This isn't the advancing fire phase, but it's just good to do this proper protocol here. They have unclipped counters as well. But let's just put those gun flashes there to indicate that's the first gun flash that's been placed. So the Germans are like, whoa, we're being attacked. There's no other advancing fire. So rank phase none, advance phase is next. Pull off these gun flash markers. Put them off to the side. Okay. And advance. Now, these star shells stay on till the end of the close combat phase. I'll check that. Yeah, this stays on until after concealment gain in the close combat phase. So let's use this trail break. All right, so he'll go here. I'll go there. As you can see, I'm not used to using these tongs. Those are my demo guys, so I need to move them so they can go through the trail brake. So advance to there. Over here. I've got Z and H. These. Yeah, I'm going to want to move the scouts to there. They're going to want to rush through that trail brake. This mortar squad. He'll move up. My mortars have a range of 2. They'll move up. Z. Yeah, that kill stack, that's the machine gun stack. P, where's P? P is there. I'm gonna move P to there. That's the machine gun stack. I think they'll stay there. With this other mortar, I guess he can go over here. I don't know, I need him. I need one mortar over here. This way too, perhaps. I think he'll just stay there. Yeah, he'll just stay there. Okay. All right, everybody's moved and advanced. And that will be it. It will be German turn 2. Here we are in turn 2. First thing to do, of course, is the wind change. So let's find the German dice. And here we go. And the wind die roll is a 7. No wind change, no change in the NVR. Okay, so the first step is the star shells during the prep fire phase. So we're going to wait until we have any rally phase activities. There aren't any. So it's the German prep fire phase. Now, do they want to fire star shells? I think that'd be completely random. They really don't know what to shoot at yet. They're not going to fire any star shells. Don't think that's a mistake. What they are going to do is they will open up with a machine gun nest here. There's a bunker. And they're starting to see stuff come at them. These are within NVR. They'll be shooting at those. So starting with this, cloaked unit M, first fire shot, 7 factors halved to 3.5. We're using the incremental file table. And it's a +1. This special +1 night LV hindrance is +1, but it's not applicable if there's a height advantage TEM or the target terrain has something greater than or equal to 1 level higher than the firer. In this case, the target terrain is open ground, so in fact, that won't be the case. 3.5 + 1. See what the Germans can come up with. And not bad. They rolled a 6, which is okay. The SAN for the Allies is 4, so it's not a SAN. It's a 6 on the 3.5, so that's a pin check. That's going to be enough to reveal this as a dummy. Mission accomplished there by the Germans. Rate of fire. Now we'll shoot at this stack. Another 3.5 + 1. A 7 on the 3.5 is actually a pin task check. So, but it's in blue. So that's a concealment task check, which means no effect. And rate of fire has been lost. Put a prep fire marker on the bunker. Like that. And there we go. I guess you can see that bunker, but let me move it a little like that. All right. Leather prep fire. I think these guys will remain concealed. They still don't have a known unit that they can see. There's nothing else to shoot at. So that's it for prep fire, movement, and no German movement. Defensive fire. What's going to happen here is that we need to assemble some weapon. To be clear that when this guy assembles his mortar, which he will do, he will lose concealment within the NVR. This is not. So there he does that in his. I want to assemble the Z machine guns, and that will be within the NVR. So they will be unconcealed, sorry, in AA5. And we're going to need to put the machine guns down for that. Well, here we go. As you can see, I'm a little bit butterfingery with these, but I've seen worse. So now those are exposed. There's no other weapons to assemble. Oh, there's the other mortar. He can do that outside NVR. So he'll be okay. And there it is. So he can stay concealed. Other shots? Well, because I can't do multi-location fire groups at night, it's really not worth trying to do, for example, a 4+3 over here or something like that. Why is this off of here? It should be there. It's out of their NVR, and I don't want to use any star shells. So that's it. Here we go for advancing fire none, route phase none, advance phase. The Germans can't advance as they're still on no move counters, although wait a second, that is incorrect. They can see them, so he can remove his no move counter, and there's an 8-1 that can also remove his no move counter. We need to remember he might want to try to move around and help other guys gain freedom of movement. So that may indeed happen. Okay, but I won't put him on the board yet. He's still hip. That is it for the moment. I don't think there's anything else. He can't see anybody real. He can see somebody real, though, so he can pull off his no-move counter. Not that he's likely to be moving out of that bunker. Okay, that will do it. It will be turn 3 for the Brits. Flip that over on this chart. There we go. It's turn 3. Let's do the wind change roll. No wind change, no NVR change. Rally, no rally prep. These mortars were born for doing IR. However, illuminating this whole area isn't what we really want to do. We really want to keep it in the dark. At the moment, no IR, but even before that, we have to decide on smoke. Now, these Brits have S7. Small smoke 7. Well, you got a heavy machine gun here. Probably a good idea to smoke that hex. So we're going to smoke the hex before it. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah, because there's a possibility there's other units here that could be blocked if I put it there. So smoke there. Try to hit it. There will be an LV TEM. I need a 6 to hit. And I got the hit. No rate of fire, but we do place down the smoke. So let's grab it. Smoke is put there. Good shot. Okay, I've got the other mortar here. It doesn't have an LOS. It's okay though. He's just going to move up. He could shoot smoke. Actually, alternatively, he could shoot smoke into one of these areas. Clearly, you can see that. Might not be a bad idea. See if he can smoke that hex. Or do I want to wait? Because I could run out of smoke. I might want to smoke one of these buildings later. So he won't smoke, he will move. Any other prep? Well, he could prep at that. And this is where, that's a pretty nice little stack here. We've got 16 firepower factors in there. And this is one of those questions, do I op fire? Seeing if he'll try to do something. Then he can fire back before my overwatch fire can shoot. Or do I try to take the plucky 8+2? This isn't a building. And that's a stone building. The color in this map is a little off for the stone buildings. So it'd be an 8+2. My instincts say do the prep fire. So they'll do an 8+2 at that concealment marker. Let's see what they get. And a 9 wouldn't have really worked even at 16. So just as well. Okay, we're going to start moving. So at this point, the Germans need to decide on star shells. So they're going to try some. First one they're going to try is here. Do I have any star shell attempt markers? No, those are in Vassal, aren't they? Okay. All right, so the leader that's in there, will try a star shell. Oops. Sorry, it has to land in the red zone. 2. He did get a star shell. So the question is where? And they can pop it along the line of sight to a known enemy unit, and drift is fractions rounded down. Or I can pop it in my hex. Let's try putting it there along the line of sight. And the drift is 1 die, fractions rounded down. Here we go. Here's the drift. Rourke's drift. Use the white German die. Okay. So 3 halved is only 1 hex. And the direction is the color die. Direction 5. Which is here. So that's a perfect location for a star shell. Really. So we'll just leave it right there. And that's all the star shells we need. We're going to have to do some stuff here, I think, as the British. Yeah. These breaches aren't that efficient to do. We're going to have to take some risks here. So let's do that. So we've got what I will call the recon element. Was in R, wasn't it? There was an H, yes. So H comes off. And these guys will be spotted. So they got to take the plunge. All right, we'll go with this guy first. They're illuminated so they don't stray. And here they go. They're going to CX. That's 2. And do I want to lay down some residuals in there? Probably do. We'll do it from this guy. He's going to lose his no move marker. This guy also, who's hidden, will lose his no move marker. Pretty much everybody's off of their no move markers at this point. So we'll go ahead and shoot at him. Try to put some fire in there to get a residual firepower factor. But it's going to be a 4 -1 since there's an LV in that hex. Here we go. That's a normal check. British. Normal check. And he breaks. Easily breaks. And then the 2 residual firepower in the wire. This other one will do something similar. He's got a Piot actually, so he's going to CX and he's going to go 1.5. It's not concealment terrain. 3.5. And then another 2.5 to go into there. So that makes it 6 to there. He's CX'd. What we're going to do is move him through here. And he's got protection. He's CXing, so This guy will shoot. Maybe he's shooting at a 4-1 due to the LB. And ooh, well, that was pretty good. He rolls a 2. That's going to be a K. So that's some casualty points for the Germans. Casualty tally does matter in this. And that will be 2 residual points in there. Decidedly not what they want to have happen. And I've got the other. Let's see. Oh, yes. I had made a mistake. I actually moved him to there. But he hasn't moved yet. But he will CX, and he will try to move to there. So he goes 1.5, 3.5, and 5. But at 3.5, this 447 will pop up and shoot to cover that breach text. This is starting to look a little tight for these poor British. That's a 4, again down 2. And the 9 is a 7 on the 4. It's only a pin check. It's not going to be too bad. But yes, pin check. 4 residuals though. Here's the pin check. Reroll that die. And he's pinned. Pinned and CX'd. There. Not ideal. But they did force the fire of both of these guys. This one. And this one. 2 residuals in this hex as well. And pinned. Put the pin on first. This guy sitting on the trail. I can see these stacks start getting out of control. That's ASL. Well, they've shot, but they haven't shot what I would say their wad. If we lay out some infantry smoke, let's see, you can go through that field and lay it in our own hex. However, those guys don't have smoke. They're just going to have to plod forward. Assault move. And, yeah, we'll subsequent first fire at him for a 2 even. 2 even because it's not in the open. Might be a 2+1. And it is assault move, and it's not in the open, so yeah. It's a 2+1, but they'll get some residuals there. 2+1. And no effect with residuals in the hex. Final fired. Okay. Let's continue by assault moving this guy into this wheat field hex. Subsequent first fire. 2+1. And 7 is no effect. Just a residual. Put the residual factor on there. That's that. So really well blanketed the situation for the Brits. They've got some troubles here. Need to get them out of the fire lanes though. I'm just going to have to try this. El's going to try to stay there. He's going to go in and have to take a 2-1. That's assault moving. Didn't get him. And then I have, oops, P and Q. No, Q is just a, okay, P is the stack here. That's the kill stack. Need to get him out of that fire lane and out of that covered arc. I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. Oh, that's wrong as well. So P will go in, take the 2-1. 2-1. is okay. That leaves this particular dude. And since he's illuminated as well, we'll salt move to there. Okay, that's it. We pull off the residuals. Get this thing in here. That's what that's for. All right. Boom. And defensive fire. So he's going to have a 7-up 4 on him. I think you better go for that. 7-up 4. A 9 on the 7 is a PTC. So they do take the pin task checks. With a sniper of 6, that's nothing to sneeze at here. Leader. Pinned. First squad. Snake eyes. And finally, 5, he's not pinned. The leader was pinned there. It's unfortunate. They can't move. At least the leader can't move out of the line of sight of that bunker. I don't think they're just going to have to take it on the chops. Not sure what I'm going to do about that. Let's see. This thing won't shoot yet. They're not going to shoot. Well, nah, not yet. Advancing fire. These guys are prepped, so they can't shoot. These guys can't really do an effective attack. So that's it. Route phase. There is no routing and advance. Well, we need to get in their faces. That's what their job is. Advance out there. Those guys are pinned. That can get there. That can get there. That can get there. They're just going to stay there. And this might indeed move him so we can see that. Might entice him. I don't think I'd do a counterattack into that hex. That'd be tempting, right? Assault move. Boom. But that's into an encirclement area. I don't think that makes sense. Okay. Concealment. No. 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 Everything's illuminated. And it will be German turn 3. All right, so it's German turn 3. And this is the stage where you can get into this little Star Wars thing where the Germans might launch some star shells, hoping to trap them in illumination, and then hoping that the British can't illuminate them back. So let's show how that works. So we've got an 8-1 leader in here. Just put him on the map now. He's going to be firing or something anyway, probably. There. That only leaves the anti-tank gun. Still hip. The tunnels that run here from this pillbox. It's not on the map. Mines here, here, and here. Possible that the British will run into some of these later. But first, so we have prep fire. Excuse me, rally phase. Nobody to rally. So it's prep fire. So yeah, the British are here. This is a good chance for the Germans. Let's see if they can get a star shell from that leader. Failed. Okay, so they can't shoot another one from that hex. This guy can try a star shell. He's got a line of sight to that real unit there. He'll try a star shell. And with a 3, that's a failure. So the only other guy who can do a star shell would be this guy. He can see these guys over here in the wire trail. Now, first let's see if you can get a star shell. And this time I did get a star shell. So he's going to trace it along the line of sight to that guy. You can trace it either way. I guess if the line of sight goes through this way. Actually, it might go through there. Yeah, it'll go to 1, 2, 3. So, just for fun, we'll put it on top of there. And colored dye. Is that how it works? Direction, distance. Yeah. Direction, distance. Colored white. 1 hex. Direction 2. So direction 2 for the sniper is here. There we go. So that's kind of what they wanted. You can see that these guys are now trapped in illumination, but the Germans can't be seen. This is going to force the British to either fire at gun flashes at half strength or counter that with their own star shells in their fire phase. So let's try this. So we've got German prep fire now. So there's the sniper. Now this is a point in time when you start thinking, okay, what is a likely target for the sniper? Comes over this way, that way, dangerous for him. That way, dangerous for him. So probably the one that's in the most danger is him. So we should fire him first. Now I should have put it's an automatic wall advantage counter there. It's mandatory wall advantage. I didn't put it on the map, but let me get the wall advantage counter out. Okay, so there's the wall advantage marker. So he's got wall advantage because he never claimed it. That's fine. So he's going to be shooting at him with an 8 up 2 on prep fire. Let's mark him and roll it. 8 firepower factors at +2. And wow, well, look at that. We cowered on a snake eyes to a 6 +2. A 4 on the 6, though, isn't too bad. It's a 2 check. British didn't like that at all. 2 morale check. And that guy bounced out. He rolls a 6. So that's going to be, unfortunately, let's move that a little bit, a broken unit. Okay, that's our first broken unit. Mark him DM. Continue the attack, or attacks. All right, so the next guy closest to this sniper is this guy. This isn't a bad time to attack. See if you can do something to him. So that'll be a 4 +1 due to the low visibility criteria. 4 +1. Let's do this thing. And ooh, another roll, but that's a sniper this time. Okay, so that's a 1 morale check. British take their 1 morale check. And they fail. Oh, the British attack might be failing quickly here. Okay, well, it's a dicey game when you only have 5 squads on the side, right? Okay. But perhaps sniper will come into play. Got my specialized sniper die roll from those dice guys up there in Canada. Should give them a nice little pop here on the screen if you want these dice. Anyway, here's the roll. And it's a baby sniper. There's no reason to relocate it. So the British will take their baby sniper. Direction 2, distance 1. So it goes to here and then pops to here, and that will pin him. Fortunately, he already shot, so that was good luck. All right. So that frees these guys up to shoot at the mortars or to shoot at the big stack. Actually, I think the big stack is a better target for that. I've got other plans for that mortar, as you'll see in a minute. So that's going to be a 4 flat. The Germans maintain their good luck here. 4 flat on the big stack. Not that time. Rolling a 10. Not good enough. Not good enough. So the leader fails to do what they need him to do. We'll go ahead and shoot this then. He's got that 7 plus 4 down to there. Not a great shot. So they rolled a 10 on the 7. Nothing but its rate of fire. Try it again. Looks like they're going to get rate of fire. A 7. No effect. Rate of fire. Here they come again. Another rate of fire with an 8. No effect. Keep rolling. And haha, that's what can happen. So that is significant. I think I was going to open up with the AT gun, but now I'll wait. All right, so that's it for the Germans. Prep fire, it's now the movement phase. Germans have really nothing to move, so it's defensive fire. So, at this point in time, the British will now start trying to fire some star shells and see if they can reveal anybody. As they're all stuck in illumination, their star shells won't be that good, perhaps. But we'll try with this mortar. He needs a 1 or a 2. He got the 2. So he can choose to fire a star shell above him with a drift. And that's what he's going to do in this case. He's simply going to try to reveal those guys, and maybe if it gets lucky, it'll drift in the right direction. Okay, so here's the drift. Direction 3. Actually, that is not the correct direction for them, but it's okay. It does reveal him for an attack. So that's better than it was. I'd like to see him for an attack. Okay, now that this guy can see him, he can shoot a star shell. Let's see if the leader gets the star shell. And he does get the star shell. So here we go, playing the star shell game, little sub game that we have to play at night. So he can, along the line of sight, 1, 2, 3. So he can try it there. We'll just put it, I'll just put it right on top of him. See what happens. Okay. Direction distance on the spread. Direction 2, distance 2. 5 is halved to 2.5 and then rounded down. Direction 2, that's over this way. So that's actually just going to be the same star shell location, so we can, doesn't make any extra difference, so we'll take it off. Okay, this guy here, mortar, yep, he can try a star shell. Needs a 1 or a 2. And the British continue to do wonders with their star shells. All right, so he'll do the same thing. He can see this guy. So in this case, he's gonna, what do I want to do? Does it really matter? These guys are, yeah, you know what? I'd really like to see them. So I'm going to put it along the line of sight. Can't see him. Can see him. I'll put it right on top of him and see what happens. So direction distance, direction 4, 3 hexes. And that's not going to help. Well, it is actually 1, 2, 3. Now they can see those guys. And that's really all I need to see. So everything's seen. Now I can do regular prep fire. Okay, so again, using the principle that because there's a sniper active here, most important stacks really need to shoot first. That's the most important stack of 16 firepower factors. And we're trying to really, since we're heading towards the crossroads, that's the most dangerous stack. If we can take it down, that'll make a big difference. So we're going to final fire those guys at that stack. 16 plus 3. There's no low visibility on this. Medium machine guns, failed. It's a 16 plus 2, so it's a 10. Actually, that was a 3. Actually, I rolled the die. It's a 3. 10 on 16 is a normal check. At least I got a check on it. So normal check, leader. Can they do something? No, he passed. And the squad then has a good chance of passing. And does pass. So that was a failed attack. Unfortunate. So we don't retain acquisition through the defensive fire phase, but I think it's time now to pop out the second fire team, which is here. Almost as good as the first fire team. And grabbing the units takes a little time. Okay, so he comes off, and there. British player says, we're not done with this. And he hits him with a 12 up 2. This kind of firepower will sustain. We'll probably break these guys eventually, but sooner better than later. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a 5. No rate of fire, but a 5 on the 12 is pretty tasty with a 2 morale check. So again, it's a 2 morale check. 2 morale check. Here we go. Leader passes with a 4. That's a sniper. And the squad now takes a 1 morale check. And he did not make it. So that's pretty good. Be nicer to get the leader, but as you can see, these German Luftwaffe divisions have a lowered morale, which makes them harder to rally. So that can make a difference later. Their ELR is also 1. He didn't fail ELR, though. So that's okay. So they prepped. And a sniper for the Allies. Getting a lot more than the Germans are. Let's see if they actually get a sniper. No, they rolled a 6. That won't do the trick. Okay. Still, we're happy with that. Now, these mortars, it's really dangerous to go for critical hits with mortars when you've got this situation. So I'm not going to shoot these mortars at anything at the moment. But over here, those guys have demo charges. They're not going to reveal themselves. So that's it. That's it for prep fire. Sorry, that's it for defensive fire. So here we go to advancing fire. There's none, so it's rout. Okay, so in rout phase, in night turns, you can only low crawl basically in any direction. Just, I don't think you can low crawl towards an enemy unit. Let's pull off these preps. Let's see how dexterous I am today. Not bad. Look at that. Wow. Very lucky that I have such dexterity still. There are people my age who definitely don't. People younger than me who don't. Okay. So, rout phase, the Germans are first. Okay. I'm going to just review the rout rules real quick for night. Okay, so you can low crawl adjacent to an enemy unit. I think that we'll go ahead and low crawl these guys over here. It's not the best idea, but I think it's out of LOS in most of those fire groups. So that'll be a good thing to do. Try that. Then the British have to low crawl. So, well, they will low crawl into a hex. I know I don't like stacking this much, but there'll be a lot of movement going on, so. And here's where my dexterity with these claw-shaped things isn't so good. Anyway, so I'm just going to push him over there, a little crawling. Well, he can't go towards an enemy unit, though. He can see that guy over here, can't he? 1, 2, 3. No, that guy's not visible to him. So, yeah, he can low crawl that way. And this guy can low crawl Assume that that's not an LOS. Doesn't look like it. I don't want to try to draw it. Don't have spare. I'll just low curl him to there. All right, advance phase. All right, so the Germans here can now advance. I think this guy will advance. Slide him over. This guy's pinned, he can't advance. These guys are obviously broken, so they won't advance. And that's it. Okay, concealments. Nobody can conceal. Well, actually, nobody can see him. He's not illuminated. So here we go. This is how you can play this cat and mouse game, like that. And I'll decide right now if he wants wall advantage. Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so he will not take wall advantage over here. That's a good spot. He's going to stay right there. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Now, if the Germans don't repair this machine gun, even if they do, they might want to get out of there. So let's see, any concealments for the Germans? I already did that. Okay, I already did the, I'm sort of backtracking here. Okay, that'll be it. And it will be turn 4. Flip that baby over. Let's do the rally phase at least, so we can see what kind of exciting things happen. All right, so we're gonna roll this. Let's see if we get a colored 6. Never call it out, right? Nope, no change in the NVR. Okay, rally. Okay, now, wait a minute. From last turn, we need to pull off these star shells. There they go. Flip, 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 flip. Okay, this is going to be flipping over. It doesn't flip over to the prep fire phase, but it doesn't matter. That should be a white dispersed, but it doesn't matter either. So let's see what we can do to rally. First free multi-man for the British will be this guy. Not going to be a good chance for him, but might be able to pull it off. Not with that, can't even pull off DM with that. At night, if you roll greater than your morale, base morale, you can't even pull off DM. That's right. DM until originally rally die roll is at least less than the morale. So night is much harder to recover units that are broken. Okay, over here, the British have a leader. So it's going to be a +3 for this guy. Let's see what they can do. 9. That will not rally him, but he can pull off the DM. So that's something, at least. Okay. Now, the Germans, likewise, have 2 rallies, this and this. Let's start with him. This will be a +2 and a 6. Did not rally, but I did pull DM. Now, fix this baby. The key roll of the day, right? Key roll. Why is this not well lit? Let me stop. Okay, so having failed to roll that, it's the prep fire phase for the British. And what they're going to do is try to shoot some smoke from here to there. They need to decide if they're going to do any smoke. Sorry, cut. Right, so the Germans have failed to rally this. Going to move those guys up. So do I have any star shells that I want to shoot as the British? You know, that's always a big decision, whether you want to try to illuminate the guy to keep him from seeing you as you move up, or do you want to try to maintain the idea of cover by not illuminating the area. Seems like doctrine is that you don't try to illuminate. So we will try that, not trying to illuminate. And doing the prep fire shot, I want to fire some smoke here. I've got the British mortar here. It's got S7 +1. Low visibility makes it a +2. However, the base to hit number goes up from a 7 to a 9. So I need a 7, which is the depletion number. So if I can roll a 7 or less, we can put some smoke in there. Let's check it out. And a 9 won't do it. Oh, he's out of smoke. So I'll make a side record of that. That particular... Usually I like just to mark it up on the board somewhere. This is mortar A, no S. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. He hasn't prepped, though, but that's really his basic reason for existing. And I'm not sure I need to drag that mortar around with me much longer. Probably don't. Okay, let me think about this. This is a time where it's worth mentioning that leaders can fire out of sequence any star shells they want to do. So this 8-1 leader here might want to try now to blind him. Since I can't get the smoke in there, try to fire a star shell. Maybe it will blind those guys back there. So let's give that a try. I've got 2 leaders that can try to shoot illumination. Here's the first one. He rolls a 1, so he's able to try a star shell. He will place it along the line of sight, right on top of him. And then direction is the color die, distance halved, white die, and it's a direction 3, distance 2. So that's not bad, actually. Just direction 1, 2, 3 from a sniper counter. And 2. And that, in effect, does blind him. However, it still illuminates that hex that I'm trying to get into. So it's not exactly 100% effective, but what the hey. All right. Yeah, I don't think I want to try anything else there. It's not going to do me any good. This is illuminated now. So, and so is this hex. So that's why you're rolling fire when you try to use illumination to try to play hide and seek games. But the game's set up so you can try to do that. Okay. Well, any other prep? This is illuminated now. That does mean I could shoot him up through there. That's probably not going to clip that. So it'd be a +4, 16 up 4. Yeah. I got 3 turns to finish this. I can't afford to try and shoot anything. So let's start movement. Let's go. Okay, so now the Germans, do they want to fire any illuminating rounds? Well, they're under illumination. So they probably do. This leader probably will want to fire a star shell up. However, he can wait until later. You can actually do it during any time during the movement phase. So wait, he can't though, so he's going to try. He needs 1 or a 2. And I rolled a 6, but it's outside the red zone. You can't count it. Huh. And that's what happens when you re-roll. Places that. It's going to spread. Let's see which direction it spreads. As we said before, direction 1 is straightforward. Yeah, here we go. Direction 4. So, it helped a little bit, I suppose. So, illumination all around there. One area that's not illuminated, though, is this spot, but he's illuminated, which makes him quite vulnerable to attack. So he better try and see if he can get a smoke. I see him. Star shell. He got one too. So he'll fire a star shell above his area. And direction 5. It pops it off this way. So all the illumination's behind the German lines, but at least they can pretty much see what's coming at them. And that leaves this leader who can still try to play tricksy games. But what I'll do is I'll roll it because I don't want to forget about it. He failed anyway, so now we all know. Okay. So now it's movement phase. Let's see what we're going to do. As mentioned before, this guy will go into the smoke. It's going to cost him 2 assault moving. And I could shoot out of the bunker at point blank fire. So point blank fire would be 2 plus 3. I think I'll pass on that. I'm going to try to dismantle this instead. So he's just going to be able to get in there. Nothing I can do about that bunker now. Try my chances at getting out through the tunnel. All right. Next moves. Well, it looks to me like I want to zip along here and get into that building with this stack here. And the question is whether I CX or not. These machine guns, I think I do want to CX with that. 1, 4, 7 to there. I think that's worthwhile. I need to get up in there and cause some havoc. So this is a risky move. I'm going to try it. 1. No shots at him there. 4. No shots at him there. 7 after CXing. Okay. CX. DM that guy. CX that guy. 9-1's there with him. And now we have no choice but to pull out the anti-tank gun, which has been pointing this direction. Remember having a soul-searching moment. Should I point the gun this way, or this way, or this way? I decided this way to provide additional cover, but the British didn't come that way. Probably would have made more sense to put it that way, but now he's got to rotate his +6 to there to try to hit. Let me make sure this is the right anti-tank gun. Yeah, got a rate of fire of 2, so it's +6 to rotate, +9 to try to hit. Point blank makes it a +7 to hit, and then movement makes it a +6. Virtually impossible to hit, but perhaps with a little luck we can retain rate of fire. No, I did not. Did not even come close. So now he will have to intensify, because he's going to die if he doesn't. His intensifier shot will actually have a better chance of succeeding. Now here I am plucking around in this box. I don't like these boxes that I've come up with. It's not doing the job for me. All right, where's my intensifier? All right, I gotta pause the tape. Okay, I found the marker. It's gonna intensify, so let's do the mods here. No mods for rotating, so it's gonna be just +2 for intensifier. +3 for the building, so that's +5. And then point blank makes it a +3. Movement makes it a +2. So it's only a +2 with intensifier. Let's see what we get. This is a do or die shot for these Germans, really. And a 10. Ultimate failure, really. Intensifier shot fails and breaks the gun. So that will turn out to be a useless piece of ordnance right there. Covert arc doesn't change. It's still this way. Well, that was disappointing. However, the British really liked it. Well, that certainly gives them some hope. Now, this mortar here is useless. That's overstacked. So, I probably want to... Looks like this LOS is going to be blocked from here to here. You'll be able to see that. So... See, I'm not so sure these tongs actually are better. Look at that. Okay, Mr. Tong, do your job, would you? Okay. This Piot guy. Piot guy will try to draw some fire. He's moving into illuminated area, so he won't have to worry about straying. This other guy didn't either, as he was next to the roads the whole time. All right, so you're the Piot guy. Oh, come on. This thing was supposed to have been set up. I tried to bend it in so it would pick up more than one guy. The other way to do it is to go like this. Shovel it up like a hockey stick, and that's not working either. There we go. So that's 1.5, 2.5 for concealment train, 3.5 to there. And so the Piot guy, bit of fluff on the edge of that counter is what's causing the problem. You can never underestimate the importance of proper counter clipping. So I don't think I want to shoot at that. Bait, there's other more important stacks coming. And that will be the case. That's going to be 2.5. Southern mortar guy will drop the relatively useless mortar and continue moving. 2.5. He can't do that. Not yet. That's overstacked if I do that. All right, I got to move him out. So let's play this cagely. It will cost me 2.5 to move this guy up. Assault move for 2.5. That leaves him enough to fire a smoke round if he wants to try. The Germans don't want to let him do that. So they first fire at an 8. +1 low visibility. And that's it. There is no other modifier. So it's assault move. So 8 flat. 8+1, really. Here's their shot. 8+1. And man, they're gacking everything here. Well, that's really good. So that does still leave 4 residuals in the hex. Grab a residual, 4 residual. But now, yeah, do I want to pop off some smoke? Take a 4 residual. Sure, why not? Let's give it a try. Because this guy can still shoot as I come across through there, and I don't want that to happen. Somewhere around here I still have, yeah, those guys are the demo charge guys. So they can still try to do something. Yeah, in for a penny and for a pound, as they say. So let's get the British dice. And here's the smoke roll. Oh, outside the red zone. And the smoke is successful. So place the smoke around. Smoke mortars. It's not smoke mortars, smoke grenades. Okay. So here's a question I'm going to ask myself. Now that the smoke is placed, I spent the movement point. I think the movement point gets spent and then the residuals shoot. So I do get the smoke for this. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. So the residuals don't get a low visibility, so it's a 4+2. 4+2 attack coming. And here it is, 4+2. Oh. Well, that's a sniper, but it's also a normal morale check, which they didn't want to have to take that. That would be unfortunate. And it is indeed unfortunate as they break. That's not what I wanted to see. So I'm going to have to hold back a leader to try and rally some troops here. Clearly enough. Oh, I've messed up my pots here a little bit. I had a spider running around here. I had to get rid of it. I had to move everything around. Don't like spiders, so I don't like them popping out onto my game table while I'm playing. All right, so that goes back there. All right. These items pop back here and here. Now this British sniper's been more active, has had more active chances than the German one. Oh, look at that, a killer sniper. There it is, I can't believe it. So here we go. Direction distance for the British sniper. We've got to roll a killer sniper. Has to be done. And so it's a 2-2. He slides over this way. Doot, doot. And then it's obviously going to target this hex here. What's going on in this hex? Let's put the crew on top. All right. So we got 3 things to target. We've got DM, Broken Half Squad, a leader, and then the crew. So black, red, blue. Black, red, and blue in that order. And what have we here? Okay, black, red, blue. It's the bottom guy. The crew breaks. That's why you use. You fool, that's why you use the tongs when you're moving big stacks around in ASL. So that adds more insult to injury. All right. Now I'm going to have to leave this leader back here. Ugh. Stop messing around with my stuff. I'm talking to my fingers, right? All right. Well, now we can at least move this guy. 2.5, 4. Yeah, I think we'll do that. 2.5, 4 to there. Dropping the mortar. It's not a shell hole. I guess you should put the trail break. I guess it goes underneath the mine. I don't know. Okay. I think it's time to break out the last of the Mohicans here. Salt engineers are coming out. They're still concealed at the moment, but they're going to do some running along here to place demo charges. Let's see, I can go that way. 1.5, 2.5, plus 3 is 5.5. Yep, one guy can CX and try to, if he pulls out there, he can at least throw it in there. Well, either I do a diversionary attack and do 15 or a 30. Up 1 there. Need to check and see if the demo status versus concealed happens before or after that guy might possibly drop concealment. I was right. You see, if I do place a DC while he's concealed, the DC will still get the concealment I would be have for area fire. So, this is, I think, where we rely on our morale to do some things that, if I roll go 1, 4, I can't then place the DC. No, let's just try to run them in for 1 illuminated hex, and I probably do need to try to do something about that. Do an 8, well, it's -2, net -1 due to the low visibility. And the British are doing an 8 -1 here. Look at that, they cower to a 6. A 9 on the 6 is nothing. Things are just not going well for these boys. All right, that's 2 residuals in there. So, try to get rid of this guy once and for all. Yeah, we'll do it. I'll plop it in there for a 2 -2. And I take the residual now. There's no low visibility for that. 2 -2. That doesn't do anything on the residual chart. Wow. So, final protective fire. I think they got to do it. 4 -1, final protective fire. And they're okay on that. It's a 1 morale check. Ooh, a 12. Failed miserably. Okay, so he took a DC with him, so he did break after all was said and done. That's his DC. His DC is still there. Okay, stop messing around with this, Hannah. All right. That's 2.5. No, that's a lot. That's 2.5. That's 5, 6 to get to there. So he'd be CX if he tries to run that way. Yeah, that's what he's going to do now. The other guy's going to CX and go this way. 4, 1.5, 2.5, 5, 6. CX into there. 4 plus 1. residuals are good enough to possibly pin him. And he passes the pin task check. Still no ciphers being rolled by the Brits. Okay. So this leader is going to have to stay there. I've got too many things to rally here. Okay, that means this guy can do something, but what? Well, you know what? We've got enough time. We'll just assault move him there. I think I've touched everything for the Brits. So it'll now be the defensive fire phase. What we have to do is go in here and pull out the residuals and the smokes without disrupting the stacks too much. Residuals in here as well. Get pulled. Is there even a residual in there? I guess there's not. They never got a hit. And they didn't try to shoot that. Okay, so right, they're going to dismantle the machine gun. Due to these, I forgot the name of the rules, but pillbox rules here, special SSR, this dismantles as a heavy, but as soon as I use the tunnel, if I get a chance to, it switches into a medium machine gun. All right, also that is malfunctioned, so just put a malfunctioned marker on that to make sure we don't forget about that. And I just haven't played my games enough by hand. Here we go. I'll just put any old malfunction marker will do. And of course I got out some weird rocket expenditure thing, so that won't do any good. All right, here we go. Side armament malfunction. So that's his defensive fire. We won't mark him final fire because it's not a gunshot. Gunshot. It's not a gun flash. Over here, shot their wad. Here, got a pillbox back here, but he's not going to shoot yet. Well, do I want to though? I could. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I want to reveal that yet. No, I don't want to, because he's got a bead on him with this huge stack here. So he'll final fire. He's got a 4+1 into that stack. And, ooh, a 3, 4. 4 on the 4. Better check that. 4 on the 4. A1 morale check. There it is. All right. Okay, well, that's pretty good. So we've got first the assault engineer. He rolls an 8, so he breaks. And then the broken squad. He rolls 4, he's okay. That's a lot of broken stuff. The German defense held out fine over there, really. Okay, so much to the disappointment of a variety. I got 2 DMs in here, don't I? One of these belongs in here. So yeah, that was pretty effective defensive fire. And that is it for the defensive fire, so advancing fire. Well, I've got the Piat. Piat can shoot at a range of 2. It's a 7 to hit. So it's a range of 1, it's a 9 to hit. But that's going to be +5, so I need a 4 to hit. Yeah, a 4 to hit because +3 for the building and +2 for advancing fire phase. So I'll go for it. I need a 4. Just missed. Just missed. So that's him. Mark him advancing fired. There's no advancing fire from any of these guys. They're all broken. These guys get advancing fire. It's not a very good shot, though. This one, let's see, I've got 4 plus 3. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. This guy here could shoot in. Try to do a coup de grace. Do I want to do that? 8 plus 3. Looks like a sniper bait shot to me. Still, it would be so bad to take them down. Do I want to do an 8 up 3? A 5 is a morale check. 5 or less is some kind of morale check. Yeah, we'll do it. 8 up 3. And they see that's why you didn't want to do an 8 up 3. Sniper roll. Sniper roll. And here it comes. The German sniper fails after all this time. Finally got a chance, and what does he do? He blows it. Okay, so the British wipe their brow, say that they're done, and now we go to rout phase. All right, so we got a bunch of low crawlers here. All of this, full 2 squads that are all DM, come back to the leader. Really not good situation here. So yeah, he's DM and they're not. Okay, this one squad is not DM. Let's see, he can't route forward, so he'll just stay right there. These guys need to route. So they're going to get the heck out of Dodge. Logically, they'll route back to here. And that's it. So advance phase. Well, let's get the peon into the building, even though they could be encircled. That's certainly something you want to do. Take that building. Make a fire group. Oh, I can't do multi-location fire groups. So, no. Put them in here. These guys, yeah, I think they'll go in here. Or do I want to move them up there? Hold on about this. Do I want to move them up there? Move him into close combat here. Yeah, the question is, do I want to move him there to put pressure on that? Or keep them in a DM state? I think what we're going to have to do is split the difference. Now, if I can't go in there without the leader, because that's going to cost me 3 to go in. So the leader will have to go that way. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll split this up. Actually, I can't split it up because they can't go in there for 3. So it's all or nothing. Either they all go in one direction. Actually, one of them can't even go in that direction. Because he won't be able to carry the machine gun. And he'll only have 2 movement points. Yeah, I CX them in there for 7. Could actually do that with all of those guys. Let's see. Yeah, I had 7 movement points if I CX from the beginning of the turn. Okay. Well, I think I have to do it this way then. One of these guys can use the leader. No, the leader won't be able to help him. they won't be able to go into the building unless they drop the machine gun or transfer it. So that's what I'm going to do. Drop the machine gun, and he can go there. Okay? Transfer the machine gun to this other guy. Okay? So then they're going to be CX, but that'll be okay. Because then I'll bring in the 247 to help with the machine gun next turn. And then this guy will go into that building. Looks like the best choices for me here. Yeah, it's really tricky with the extra movement point you need to spend. Okay, so let's do this. We have no surprises here, so let's do the close combat. It's a 2-1 for the Brits. I think they need a 7 and a 12. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I can't withdraw from CC, but I'll do a 1 to 2 back. From the pillbox, and 5, not quite, won't do anything. So they're going to be able to get out of there. Remove that CC marker. I guess we don't really need it. They'll be using the tunnel to get out. And that's that concealment. Everything looks to be within range of some good order unit, so there's no concealment here. And it will be the German turn 4. And we'll just go ahead and do the rally phase. I want to see what happens in the rally phase. Let's get some Germans to roll the wind change die roll. See if we have a change to the NVR of some kind. And 5 is no change. Rallies. Well, the Germans have just a little bit. Okay, we got to pull off these. No longer exist. All right, so the Germans have 2 rallies here. One with a 6, plus 2, I think. Got an 8-1 leader, right? Yeah. So he's a plus 2. Not that great of a chance, but he does rally. And then the crew, another plus 2. And he rallies. Oh, look at the Germans. They're making this a tough fight all the way around. Okay. We've got the Brits over here. Top guy. Needs an 8. He gets it. So he's up. Then I've got a 7, a 7, 3 7s. 3 7s, but they're really plus 3s, so I need 4s. Top 1. Heat of battle. Okay. So that is assault engineer heat of battle. There's my heat of battle chart. British and elite, that's a net -2, but he's broken. So it's a net -1 for that guy. A 9. Huh. How about that? He went berserk. That's all they need over there is the Germans. As a berserk assault engineer with a demo they're going to detonate in their own hex. Okay, let me find the berserk. I normally don't like berserk results, but that might not be all that bad. And as you can see, I'm butchering the stack, so let's move it over here for a while. Ugh. Moving too fast. Look at that. Get your tongues out. Learn how to use your tools of the trade properly, Mark. All right. So we have a berserk guy here. All right, then the next thing to try to rally is the squad. He's at +3. 7, but he does remove DM. And the next one, another 7, removing DM. Not too bad a result. Okay, so that's it. We'll evaluate the beginning of the prep fire phase here. And pretty happy with this. I'm going to have to, I don't know if I want to keep him within 2. If I pull him back there, there's really no good cover here. I think I want to go ahead and, yeah, the British are going to transfer one of the machine guns to the half squad too. All right. So examining the German turn options, they could prep fire here or fall back. Neither of those look very good. Here, this happens to be a minefield X, so that's not going to be any good. They might want to move to fall back over here. I think that's what they'll do. So it's time to fall back, but I might want to keep them. Yes, I want the Berserk guy to go that way. Keep them DM. So he'll prep. He will move. They got the bunker. I'm not going to reveal that bunker yet. Yeah, I'll keep them. Do I want to move them there? I don't really want to move them there. I can move them back. Or I shoot into the wooden building. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to play a game of cat and mouse with them. So the only guy who's going to prep is this guy there. So let's take care of that. Do I want to fire any star shells? I think not. So we'll prep him 4 + 1. Really just a DM, but maybe I can get more. Look at that, a 1 morale check. Okay. Brits really are getting frustrated by these. This attack is just failing over here. All right, leader, 1 morale check. Passed. So, yeah, these are regular morale checks. We'll do the regular morale checks. First, the Berserker. Well, he's not a regular morale check. Berserker pass with a 5. The squad. Heat of battle again. -1 for British. An 8. An 8 gives battle hardening. So the 447 pops up to a 457. Magically, smoke grenades appear out of nowhere. It's like I've been waiting for this promotion, and now I've got some smoke grenades in my back pocket. I've just been holding out on. Haha. Okay, everything's intact there. Now the broken guys. They're both 7s. Straight up morale checks. 6, there's a sniper. And an 8, that's a casualty reduction on the bottom guy. And that's those are my dudes. All right, the leader's going to try to recover that. I think there's a recovery +1 at night. I think he gets it. Leader picks up the demo. And that's another casualty point for the Germans. And a DM marker on him. Overall, that wasn't so bad. Okay. So then, movement. This guy does a tunnel maneuver. Let me find my tunnel. So this guy will use the tunnel, creeping along through here, and will be popping up in the advanced phase there. This immediately changes to a medium machine gun due to the machine gun pillbox rules, SSR. Okay. Fine. Then, over here, this crew will go here. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think he'll be okay. No shot on the crew. And then they'll go there for an assault move. And they will shoot at them. That will be a 8 up. Stone building, 8 up 3 first fire, or snapshot 4 up 1. I guess we'll do that. Snapshot 4 up 1 as he tries to leave the hex. Oh, I think I forgot to roll my sniper. Let's roll it. German sniper. Oh, it's a good one. Germans are happy. Finally, they got a sniper out of it. And direction 2, distance 6 out of their sniper. Oh, it comes flying way over this way. 5, 6. Comes back to exactly where it started. Takes him down a peg. So that will be a half squad. That's a 3rd point. 3 points now. They're creeping up. Got to get a lot more, though. Okay. Then that move over here stays intact. After that sniper, late sniper resolution. This guy is going to move here. Okay, so then they're doing a 4+1 on the snapshot as they go across there. Is it a 4+1 now? It's 4+1 for the low visibility hindrance. Yeah, they'll do it. 4+1. And look at that, we've got a 1 morale check. It's a very rough game. Here's the 8-1 leader. Oops. Not looking good for the 8-1 leader. And he rolls a 12 with an ELR. He goes down to an 8-0. Let's grab him. Right. So he's down to an 8-0. The 1 morale check here. 7-8. So, after all that, they're broken anyway. They make it to the hex they were trying to enter, at least during a snapshot. But that didn't work out well at all. Okay. Let's continue. All right, so he's going to make a move of 4 here. Dink, dink. The Piat will shoot. It's a 9 at range 1. And now he's going to go into the building. So it's a net +1 to hit. +2 for the building. -1 for non-assault movement. So I think it's just a +1 to hit with that. And look at that. Brits rolling a critical hit with a Piat of all things. It's going to hit with a 16 -2. 7 on the 16 is a 2 check. 2 morale check. And the Germans, 8, 9, 10, ELR failure. So these particular units, ELR down to a 436. And that's quite a turn of events. It's looking bad for the British. Now it's looking quite good. He's broken. Residual firepower there, but it's not going to matter. And he's first fired. Nice shooting with that Piat. That's one advantage of Piats. They can be used in urban warfare much more easily than Panzerfausts or bazookas can. Right. That's it for the German movement. British defensive fire. Since we might as well finish off this half turn. The British. Yes, what have I got? Nah. I keep that. He won't shoot. Did they want to shoot a 4? Up 3, they'll pass on that. Them. Are they shooting at anything? They know there's a bunker out there somewhere. They don't know where it is. We won't take random shots out into the wilderness to find out. All right. These guys could shoot then. That's about the only thing. Berserkers. We can shoot 6 at plus. I don't know if they can't take leader direction. 6 up 3. I'll just pass on that. I don't want to trigger any more sniper attacks. Okay. Advancing fire. There's none. Route phase, there's some. So he's going to low crawl here. And they have to low crawl somewhere. Over here, they don't have to, but they're going to. They'll low crawl there. Remove these final fire markers. There's, well, now they can technically low crawl there. They have 1.5, 1.5, and 2.5, and that would make it 3. So they'll stack up there. Advance phase. I guess they're going to stay there to get that berserker to come towards them. So he'll advance to here. He comes out, concealed. He's still under a no move marker over there. But at least the other bunker is no longer under a no move marker. Let's put it over here so we know it's there. That's the last of the units we don't know about. So all these no move markers are redundant. Put them there. All right. Concealments. There are no concealments. So it will be turn 5 British. All right, so we're pressing on with British turn 5 here. As you can see, they've made some remarkable progress, but now they need to finish up. They only have 2 turns to do it. So time is of the essence. Let's do our wind change die roll, see what happens. And there it is. Ooh, and look at that. We have a 6 and a 5. The 6 mean there's a wind, an NVR change, and that it's going to go up. 5 or more makes it go up, so it's NVR of 4 now, which makes it even easier to see the enemy. Interesting, interesting. I'm not so sure it's going to matter too much. Okay, let's do rally now. The British here going to try to rally these DM guys. We've got a 7 and a 6 with an 8-1 leader. Top guy. Five, 6, 7, 8. Not enough, but he pulls DM, the other guy. Same thing. So DM is pulled. Over here, the Germans have an 8-0 leader. I'm going to try to pull DM from him. Almost rally him, but he needs a 3. So no. But be careful there. The DM is not removed from the Volkssturm or whatever. I guess it's not Volkssturm, but the Luftwaffe Feld Division, LFW. Okay, this DM over here must stay in place. We don't remove DMs in this night scenario. All right. So the British, do they want to put any star shells? Okay, prep fire, this comes off. Did its job there. Now here's an example of what happens in this game. You see this is concealment terrain, so it's going to cost me 2 to go through an orchard. I mean, it's 2, 3, 6 to get into that building. 2, 3, 4 to cross over. So I'm carrying a weapon. I can't really get over there as quickly as I want with that. But I don't think I want to lose that weapon, so let's see. I'm not going to use it to do any smoke. The other mortar's over here, abandoned. That guy's going to have to go berserk. So Piot will shoot. See if he can get his shot. He needs a, what is that? Stone or wood? These buildings are hard to tell. Got to get my flashlight out for that. One moment. Here we go. Looks like stone to me. Wood, stone. Right. Could probably get some better light. This light's facing the wrong way. That's better. Okay. Always a matter of light. So the Piot, I've looked a million times, but at a range of 1, it hits with a 9. So there's no LV effect, so it needs a 7 to hit with that. Let's get the British dice out. And it's an 11. I think that breaks the Piot. It's a B number. So these things were prone to jamming. So, unfortunate. Well, I have a berserker going after them anyway, so these guys can all move. They'll be moving. Well, they can move or op fire, actually. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good opportunity here to op fire these boys with the leader, while the other guys spring out and see what they can find. So, opportunity fire marker on top of him. Right. Yeah, they didn't shoot any star shells. They don't need to NBR 4. Okay. It's time to move. And we'll start with the berserker. Always have to start with the berserkers. You see their target. Before they move, though, I have to decide if I'm going to do some star shells. And yeah, I don't think it's necessary. We can see what we want to see. There's not a lot of concealment left out there to try to expose. We won't fire any star shells either. All right, so here comes the berserker. 1. And, of course, he gets shot at an 8 minus 1. See what the Germans can pull off here. And a 6 goes to a 5. That's a 2 check on a berserker. And 7, 8, 9. Nope, he passed. So, unfortunate. He's going to go in. And then he goes right in for 4. And he'll have to final fire. He final fires with 6. Own hex plus 3. Plus 2. 6 up 2, really. Into the hex. Pulls off a 5. That's a normal check on the berserker. Berserker rolls, and he's okay with a 6. That, however, is a German sniper. That's a 6 that I rolled. Sniper effect. Oh, the Germans get another good sniper. Look at this. A lot of action here. A lot of action. Direction distance. 2 and 2. Sniper is here. He goes dink, donk. And he's going to come back to this big stack that hasn't moved yet. Alright, well, that's going to DM those guys for sure. But let's go top, put a bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. The leader will be last. Okay. Black, blue, red, yellow. And there we have black and blue, red, yellow. So it's the black guy. This half squad on the top is reduced. It's a full squad, actually, reduced to a half squad. Get him out of the bin here. Those guys will be DM'd due to that attack. But he passed, and he's not going to try to shoot at him any more than that. Put the residuals in there. Okay, let's go. British continue their moves. This guy will go CX with his mortar. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. CX into there. That's going to DM those Germans here. I'm not going to try to do him yet. Oh, I suppose he should actually. Yeah, he wasn't going to. No, he was going to try to repair it. No, he was going to try to repair it. I forgot to try to repair the German machine gun. Let's do it. It is repaired at a 1. So, it's still dismantled machine gun, though. Okay, but that would have pulled that off of him. So I'm not going to shoot the machine gun at him, but I might shoot this guy at him. So that's a first fire at 2 minus 1. Let's try it. Find the German dice. Two minus 1. And he rolls a 4, which is a sniper. And a 1 check. Here's the 1 check by the Brits. Six, 7. They rolled a sniper too, and are pinned. Here's the first sniper. British sniper. Rolling for effect. No, German sniper. No effects on that either. A little too exciting, I'd say. All right, that will leave a residual in the hex. Okay. Got a 4-5-7 here. So he can assault move and try to fire a smoke round into the MMG's hex. He'll try that. Assault move for 2. Rolled a 3, failed. Okay, so he's done moving. So let's keep going. I need to find out what's out there. Let's do that. 8-1, 4-5-7. It's going to be probably, I can't rely on them coming back. So I need to get them going. I don't know if I want to use the 8-1 yet, though. All right, so we have to analyze this. Within 2 hexes, there's there, where the bunker could be. There's there. Well, the bunker could be there or there. The bunker cannot be here, here, or here, or here, or here, or there. It can be in the rubble, though, I believe. Not sure if it can be in the rubble. Better check that. No, the Steelworks SSRs don't allow a pillbox to be in it, so in the rubble. So the pillbox could only be here, here, or here. Yeah, that's it. Those 3 spots. So I really need to get a guy here to search. Let's do that. He's going to run out there. He's going to dash. I don't know if he can do anything else after he dashes, though. Let's check that, too. No, dashing units are not allowed to do that, to do a search. So they're going to have to run out to the middle of the road. We'll do that. 1. And we'll go ahead and set up a fire lane from this medium machine gun. He'll do a 3-1 into the crossroads. Do anything. Does have a fire lane, though. In some ways, the fire lane is better than... The residual firepower is better in low visibility conditions. Digging around for my fire lane markers here. There we go. So he's going to go ding, dong, like that. There's the fire lane. He went to the fire lane. No other shots. He's first fired. I'm not going to shoot anymore. And then here. And the bunker's going to pop up now. And shoot at him. 14-1. Not their day, is it? Just broke him. And coward and everything else. That was the worst possible roll I could even conceive of. Well, I guess I better shoot this guy at a 1-1. Try to save my bacon. Here we go. 1-1. That's a trivial shot to count on, and I didn't get what I needed. So, wow. 14. Not so sure about the residual firepower in there, but I'm not going to move anything else in there. Don't need to. Well, I think I found everything. So, Yep, they'll go. Two and a half and 5. And that's all she wrote. That's all I need to do for movement. That's it, defensive fire. Well, they've all shot their wads. The only thing that's left is him. He could shoot a 3 somewhere, but only at him. 3 plus 2, no. Yeah, I might do it because I'm getting desperate. 3 plus 2. Sustained fire. 5, 6, 7. Actually, a 7 on the 3 might be a pin check or a CTC. Let's see. It is. So there is a pin check there. Okay. Pinned him. He's going to be about the last guy left. All right. That's it for final fire. Defensive fire. Yeah, I need to check and see if this berserker could have placed the DC. One moment. I can't run through tunnels, so I'm not going to let him route. It's going to be better to use it on him. An 8 up 2 that way. Machine guns. Roll a 6. One morale check. Not looking good. 6. 7. He's already pinned. Okay, that's it. And I could do a 4 up 3. No. No more shots. That's it. Route phase. Well, they'll stay there. And route phase. Let's route these guys. Guess they'll route back here. They'll crawl. They'll crawl. No, there's no point. These guys are going to advance, advance, advance. He'll stay there. He'll advance to there. Okay. Let's do our ambushes. At night, I believe there's an advantage to the attacker. Gotta find my little note card. Here it is. Attacker ambush at 2 or less in non-illuminated locations. Would have been a reason to illuminate, huh? Okay, I'll remember that. So we have an ambush situation here. Let's put the CC markers on to make this official. CC. No ambush on that CC. CC. And another CC. right here. This is the only ambush site. British are normal, they're lags and pins. So the Germans are adding +2 here for this ambush. And there's no ambush. So British at 4-1. Here we go. 4-1 on the close combat table. Boys, you better be able to pull this off. Be very angry if you don't. I need a 9. They did it. And a 1-4. They need something pretty low. Oops, that's the wrong color dice. No fair to use the wrong dice. Here we go. No effect. So, those guys are wiped out. I don't know if I wiped out the machine gun, but I'm not going to pick it up anyway, so just remove it. This game's almost over. Okay, in the bunker zone, I've got a 4-1. Killed. 1-4 back. No. Bunkers killed. Eliminate that. And that is pretty much that. Oh, we have this one. 1-2 versus 2-1. I got a 1-2. Nope. And 2-1. Giving the Germans some hope. They did win that close combat. And that's another one, so they've got 4 points, but it's not looking good. It's an act of desperation. Okay, so concealments. These guys can all pretty much conceal. Let's go ahead and be official about it. So, concealment. I think all of these guys can basically conceal here. Don't need to roll dice at night. He doesn't see that hex. So he can conceal. Need one more British concealment marker. Of course, I can't find it. I'll have to look inside the British thing here. Okay, they can see. All right, it'll be German turn 5. Germans don't have much choices here. Only chance is for self-rallies. But let's see, first of all. Do have to do wind change. And there's no wind change. Rally. That's what they needed for this guy here. They're both about the same, but he's in a better position to get within the range, so he's got to try to rally. That is not how you rally. Okay. So the British won't be able to rally those guys. That guy stays DM. Okay. So all we have to do is stop this guy from getting within 2 X's of that. So here he comes. He's gonna, oh, I've got to try to repair the Piot. And it's gone. Right. So it'll be German movement phase when I come back. Let's see how quickly we can end this. Germans will assault move here. Clink. That's a storage tank, so it's just 1. I'm going to get the wall advantage. They'll be able to shoot at a 4+1 because the storage tanks are sticking up. So we know where they are. 4+1. Brits. What a time to roll Snake Eyes. Although technically that was the wrong die, but I want to end this. So that's a 2 morale check on them. The proper German die for their 2 morale check. And that's the end. Into the game. Good job, Britain.